सबैजनालाई नमस्ते। हामीसँग आजको हाम्रो स्पिकर निलु सिंह जोइन गरिसक्नु भएको छ है। सो ब्रिफ निलुको अलिकति बायो भन्दाखेरि है, वी स्टार्टेड टुगेदर। हामी साथै जेट एयरवेजमा पनि काम गरेको थियौँ। त्यहाँदेखि निलु जेट एयरवेजको बादमा उहाँले अहिलेसम्म चाहिँ टुर्स एन्ड ट्राभल इन्डस्ट्रीमा झन्डै उहाँको 20 वर्षभन्दा ज्यादाको एक्सपिरियन्स छ र अहिले उहाँले आफ्नो एउटा बिजनेस Adventure Tours and Tech start गरेर as an entrepreneur she has started her own business and she is successfully running that business. र आजको हाम्रो सेसनको टपिक छ how to change your passion into your profession. So यसमा without further delay I'll hand it over to Nilu.
Hi, good morning, good afternoon, and thank you very much, Vinayak, for inviting me on this platform. Really honored, thank you. As you've already introduced me, I'd like to begin with my story, first of all. And let me start with, where I started from. Well, I've always worked right from the time I finished college, And my work experience started with Jet Airways way back in the year 2000 as a customer care executive handling the ground operations like ticketing, check-in passengers, arrivals, departures, etc. I was quite content with what I did and what I earned back then. But after some years, my personal life took me to live in a beautiful tea estate in Darjeeling called Glenburn. And there I got the opportunity to work at one of the world's finest boutique hotels. Glenburn Resort. Glenburn is near Tagda. Anyway, there I started to work as an assistant manager handling day-to-day operations at the hotel. There was enormous, there was something enormously captivating about the tea estate. I developed this strong love and admiration for the outdoors and the landscapes while I lived there, which strangely never happened to me before. The walks along the river, through the tea fields and forests with my dogs were a wonderful treat. Again, life took another big turn after 7 years. This time I found myself in another amazing place in Rishikesh called Atali Ganga, where I was appointed as manager guest relations and was looking after sales and day-to-day operations. Here it was all about river rafting, kayaking, trekking, cycling, high ropes course, wall climbing, camping, ducky, etc., etc., etc. The adventure was endless and all set out to give you the adrenaline rush. This is where I became conscious that adventure is an essential part of our lives. After a few years of working in the adventure world, I came back home as my family needed me here. Subsequently, I was offered a job on the river cruise on the Brahmaputra as cruise director. Once I was on board, it was a different kind of experience altogether. 7 nights and 8 days of upstream and downstream river cruise brought along with it a riot of adventures like the elephant, jeep and boat safaris in Kaziranga National Park, where we got to witness a whole lot of flora and fauna, which was such an amazing treat to the eyes, Other than that, the cruise offered various offshore excursions and cultural sites like a day trip to Majuli Island, Vishwanath Ghat, and many more. As a cruise director, my job was to take care of all onboard hospitality and entertainment. After a couple of years, I moved to Delhi, where I was appointed to handle the sales and marketing of the river cruise within Delhi and neighboring states. This was all about sales pitch, meetings, presentations, etc., etc. In 2016, I came back to Siliguri, where my family is, and decided to stay on and start my own freelance travel company. I wanted to base myself in Siliguri and decided to make adventure travel my profession. Over my years of working with some of the well-known companies, I got the opportunity to meet many travel professionals of the travel industry whom I stayed in touch with. So this is how I built my contacts. Darjeeling and Sikkim are popular places for adventure, and I knew then that there are a whole lot of people out there who are keen on exploring these paths. So I started my little venture with a small amount of investment and worked online. Everything I did was online. All I needed to do was reach out. I started by making itineraries, programs, got in touch with good transporters, hotels, guides, etc. And that's it. I started from there. And my love for nature and the outdoors made adventure travel my forte.
तिमीले यो जुन चाहिँ ट्र्याक्सहरू हाम्रो यतानिर
Okay.
दार्जिलिङ र सिक्किममा पनि भन्दैछौ है, त्यो कुन कुन जग्गामा छ र कुन कुन जग्गामा चाहिँ लगेर जान्छौ दार्जिलिङ र सिक्किममा चाहिँ?
दार्जिलिङमा चाहिँ म अहिले गर्दैछु सिङ्गलिला ट्रेक गर्दैछु होइन. सिङ्गलिलाको जुन चाहिँ हाम्रो सन्दकफू which is a very popular destination, trekking destination in Darjeeling. So we take our guests there. And apart from that, well, Sikkim it's quite active, and we there's Zongri and Gochela, Duita trek, major trek. Really, Zongri is a moderate kind of trek, which is quite doable actually. Gochela is a little strenuous, so you need proper exercise, and you have to be well trained for it. Otherwise, these are the three major treks that हामी गर्छ उयसमा यो एरियामा चाहिँ.
चाहिँ क्लाइन्टल बेसहरू आउँछ है. सो प्रिडोमिनेटली कुन साइडकोबाट चाहिँ आउँछ या इट्स फ्रम अल ओभर द इन्डिया?
It's mainly from people wanting from Calcutta metropolitan cities हरूबाट आउँछ प्रायः त. See from Delhi, Calcutta, Bangalore, right? They want to get away from. Actually, what I've noticed is, Binayak, that there are many people who are becoming more and more adventure conscious, more and more, travel conscious. They want to travel and explore places. I guess it really changes their way of life, their perspective about things. So, I guess traveling is very essential part of our lives, and as well as adventure travel. It's becoming very popular, especially among the youngsters. Youngsters, even in people in their 50s, they want to trek and travel and cycle and do all sorts of adventure activities. So,
तपाईँले ऋषिकेश पनि भन्नुहुँदै थियो. ऋषिकेशमा चाहिँ कस्तो खालको एक्टिभिटिजहरू कन्डक्ट गर्थ्यो? त्यो पनि अलिकति बताइदिनुहोस् न.
दिल्लीमा चाहिँ हेड अफिस थियो उनीहरूको है. It's an adventure company. त्यहाँ चाहिँ I was working in a hotel which is supposed to be an active hotel भन्दा रहेछ कि त्यसलाई चाहिँ. Whereas the kind of hotel that not just provides accommodation for tourists, but also activities and adventure activities like river rafting भयो, kayaking भयो, hiking भयो, high ropes course चाहिँ 14 elements हुन्छ high ropes course को, and various different kinds of activity, wall climbing. So these were the kind of activities that was offered by the hotel, and so that's where and Rishikesh of course is hub for rafting. River rafting चाहिँ एकदमै popular छ त्यहाँको. अन्त प्राय चाहिँ मान्छेहरू त्यहाँ रिभर राफ्टिङकै लागि आउँछ.
यो पर्टिकुलर इन्डस्ट्रीमा त्यो कसरी चाहिँ इन्ट्री गर्ने है, यो पर्टिकुलर इन्डस्ट्रीमा पस्नुको लागि, काम गर्नुको लागि या आफ्नो एउटा उस गर्नुको लागि चाहिँ कस्तो खालके छ, के गर्नुपर्ने हो, त्यो पनि सायद तपाईँको यो अब प्रेजेन्टेसनमा सायद त्यसमा छ होला. त्यो पनि अलिकति हाम्रो उसलाई क्लियर गर्नु.
The ट्रेनिङहरू गरे हुन्छ है. म चाहिँ I learned from the job itself. Everything I learned was from the job. Even at Jet Airways, whatever I learned was in the job. Like Vinayak and I, we work together in Jet Airways, so he knows it very well what I'm talking about. So, even with Glenburn पनि मैले त्यही काममै सबै सिकेँ. I didn't do any kind of training or didn't go through course, but yes, people can opt for courses. People can opt for there are lots of training institutes available. So people can do that, opt for it. But what my experience is through the job. To focus on that particular direction and go for it, and there's no way of stopping you. you can always do what makes you feel happy. You can always go for it. From my thing, it was my what my interest was adventure travel. My interest was the outdoors. I love the outdoors. I just love, even with my dog, I go out for walks, many times a day. So it's like you just develop that love for it. So some people love music, some people love culinary, photography, dancing. कति छ है, त्यसलाई प्रोफेसनमा कन्भर्ट गर्नु पनि सकिन्छ क्या.
I think that proves the point
Yes.
एउटा है जुन चाहिँ हाम्रो आजको थीम नै थियो, how to convert your passion into your profession. तपाईहरु आफ्नो एउटा कुनै चीजमा लगन लगाएर अगाडि बढ्नु भयो भने डेफिनेटली यु क्यान टर्न दैट इन्टु अ प्रोफेसन है. फेरि त्यो प्रोफेसन जुन छ तपाईहरुले के भन्छ, इट्स समथिङ दैट यु लाइक, देन यु स्टार्ट इन्जॉयिङ व्हाट यु आर डुइङ एन्ड देन यु क्यान मेक इट इभन मोर बेटर. सो एउटा कुनै काममा जो नमन परेको काममा गएर बसेर अड्किरहनु भन्दाखेरि चाहिँ इट्स बेटर टु follow your passion and then make that into your profession.
Yes. That's right. See, not everybody gets a government job. People think that, everybody is running after government jobs. So not all of us are lucky to get government jobs. So you have to identify what you really love to do in life, what really makes you happy. And, if you have that as your profession, nothing like it. So I believe in that. I strongly believe in that, and I go according to that. My other area of expertise is hospitality because, like I told you, in my story that, I have worked in several hotels in the past. So, hospitality is another, area where, I've been very experienced in. So through my years of experience, I have acquired the knowledge to set up and manage hotels which include staff management, gastronomy, accounting, sales and marketing, organizing and guest relations. I work as a freelance hospitality consultant for individuals who have hotels and are unable to manage and are looking for someone to manage on a profit sharing basis. So that is something that's my other business that I do. So it's like, simultaneously.
Bharat, any questions? तपाईको ह्यान्ड रेज भएको छ.
ए हजुर दा, सुन्नुस् न के भन्छ, जस्तै अब हाम्रो यहाँ निलु म्यामले भन्नुभयो हैन कि अब अहिलेसम्म कस्टमरहरूले जति नै आउँछ ट्रेकिङहरू गर्ने हैन, उनीहरूले पपुलर डेस्टिनेसन लाइक सिङ्गलिला पार्कहरू भयो हैन, मेन ठाउँ जस्तै पहिला अब टुरिस्टहरू आउनुहुन्थ्यो, दार्जिलिङ सिटी घुम्नुहुन्थ्यो र उनीहरू होटलमा बस्थ्यो. जस्तै अहिले त्यहाँदेखिको त्यो होटल होमस्टेहरू भएको छ गाउँ बस्तीतिर हैन, र उनीहरू अहिले फेरि जस्तै अब पहिला जस्तो सिटी घुम्नु आउँथ्यो, अहिले चाहिँ पपुलर ट्र्याक हुन्छ क्या हाइकिङको लागि ट्र्याकहरू पपुलर जस्तो सन्दकपुर फालुटहरू भयो होइन, त्यहाँ जान्छ होइन. जस्तै हाम्रो अब जस्तै गाउँतिर हुन्छ होमस्टेहरू छ होइन, गाउँतिर नि निकै राम्रो. अब तलतिर गाउँ बस्ती त झऱ्यो भने के भन्छ ट्रेक गर्ने बाटो हुन्छ नि, त्यो 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 डेस्टिनेसन कसरी कन्भर्ट गर्नु सक्छ हामीले. अब नयाँ अब एउटा होइन कुनै पनि एउटा लोकेसन लिएर हामीले त्यो ट्रेक गर्नु सुरु गर्नु चाह्यो भने चाहिँ कसरी चाहिँ त्यसलाई चाहिँ अब जस्तै ट्रेक भन्ने बित्तिकै उनीहरूले फालुट भयो, सन्दकपुर भयो, दार्जिलिङपट्टि होइन, त्यो सोचेर आउँछ नि, रिम्बिक उकालो जस्तो बाटोहरू होइन. जस्तै आइएम लोकेटेड इन घुम राइट नाउ, र त्यहाँ अब जस्तै घुममा नि हामीले ट्रेक खोल्नु चाह्यो भने चाहिँ अब जस्तै घुमदेखि तलतिर गाउँहरू छ होइन, निकै राम्रो जग्गाहरू छ, त्यतिर चाहिँ हामीले कसरी चाहिँ कन्भर्ट गर्नु सकिन्छ हामीले चाहिँ कस्टमरहरूलाई.
Yes, it's हेर्नुहोस् हाम्रो खालि सिङ्गलिला दार्जिलिङ भनेको हामी फर्स्ट सिङ्गली ट्रेक भन्दाखेरि सिङ्गलिला सोध्छ होइन. फर्स्ट अफ अल सिङ्गलिला सन्दकपू is the first thing that comes into our minds. But actually Darjeeling has so many other beautiful places that one can go on treks for or hikes for that matter. है मैले जस्तो let me give you an example. म ग्लेनबर्नमा हुँदाखेरि चाहिँ I trekked from Glenburn to Badamtam. And it was such a beautiful trek. And, I always wish that there were some nice little shacks, beach-ma huncha ni, places to eat or something, like that kind of thing. So, अहिले अब बिस्तारो बिस्तारो यस्तो मान्छेहरू अवेर हुँदैछ है, that, adventure tourism, your outdoor tourism is becoming popular भनेर. सो अहिले थुप्रै जग्गा जस्तो हाम्रो उता के भन्छ दार्जिलिङ टु कर्सियङ पनि एउटा मिलिट्री रोड, ओल्ड मिलिट्री रोड भन्ने छ, विच इज एन अमेजिङ वक है. थुप्रै ठाउँ छ त्यस्तोहरू. सो त्यहाँनिर पनि होमस्टेजहरू छ, त्यहाँनिर पनि खोलेको छ, तर मान्छेले मार्केट गर्नु अलिकति असुविस्ता नै हुन्छ है, अलिकति इट्स डिफिकल्ट फर देम टु मार्केट. But the way to market is, there are so many travel companies, travel agencies, local travel agencies, Siliguri ko bhayo, tapeko jasto even like there are ke bhन्छ त्यसलाई companies that promote hotels and homestays. You can always get in touch with them, right? You can talk about your your place, हैन, तपाईको यस्तो यस्तो ठाउँ छ जहाँ चाहिँ हामी एउटा होमस्टे खोल्दैछ भनेर तपाईले एउटा एउटा एक्सपोज आफैलाई त्यो एउटा इन्ट्रोडक्सन दिनु पर्यो. त्यस्तो थुप्रै छ हाम्रो लोकली, हाम्रो यहाँ वेस्ट बेङ्गलमा, नर्थ बेङ्गलमा पनि थुप्रै छ त्यस्तो companiesहरू जसले चाहिँ प्रमोट गर्छ यस्तो होमस्टेजहरू in these remote areas. So you can always get in touch with them and talk to them about your place, make them aware that you have this business that you like to develop. भनेर उहाँसित तपाईँ मतलब you can always talk to them, and I'm sure it'll people will be aware of it and they'll start coming.
Yes, Amrita, go ahead.
Yeah. Hi.
Hi.
Hi, how are you?
Hi, Amrita. Hi, yes, tell me.
Recently, we have, taken up our, long lost passion for travel once again. So, we've actually gone towards camping again. So, since we are here in the West, we face this problem where, there are lack of campsites as such. I'm not talking about, campsite, the ones which are already set up by companies, which they provide tents and stuff. But there's a lack of, places where one can go individually and camp.
There is a lovely area, like I'm sure you know about Triveni, the conference of Tista and Rangeet.
Yeah.
Triveni. There is a lovely area where one can go camping, and that is one place that in this area that I try and promote, because you can raft, you can fish, you can go angling, you can have a nice lovely bonfire sort of evenings. Okay. So I'm going to share with you some of my pictures from my childhood and how it all started. I'm sorry I don't have too many pictures. I looked into my albums and photo albums and whatever I could find. I'm just sharing it with you. These are some of my childhood school days and college days photo. I went to St. Joseph's School, and then I moved on to Holy Cross Institute, Kurseong, where I did when I took up commerce. And after that, I went to Loreto College. I dropped commerce and I took up arts. These are some of the pictures from Glenburn. This is where I was working at the Glenburn Boutique Resort. And my love for the outdoors started in this place. This is where I worked in Assam on the Brahmaputra River cruise called MV Mahabahu. That's the boat there behind us, behind me and my colleagues. I went on my first trek in 2015. That was I went to a place called Harkidun. It was, I think, a 5-day trek. It was very special. This was in Uttarkashi district, Uttarakhand. Yeah, so some of the pictures from Harkidun there. So my journey as an entrepreneur started in 2016 when I set up my own freelance business in the name of Miles and Smiles Travel Services, and it's now called Miles and Smiles Treks and Tours. So this is my little office where I work from. So I'm going to share with you some of my trekking photos with my clients, with my guests. This was in Zongri, I think. On our way to Zongri. This is the log pathway on the way to Zongri.
It's one of the
It's a very beautiful. Zongri is one of the most beautiful, scenic, and most beautiful treks I've done so far. You go through so many trails, and you go through forests, you walk through forest, and then the a log pathway, then the pastures, then the tree line sort of starts disappearing, and it's an amazing. Once you're on the Zongri top and you get this lovely view. Uh, Morning sunrise view, which is just amazing, which is just breathtaking. These are some of the photos with my guests again. That's me all happy and right on top of the mountain top. Okay, these are some of the pictures. These are some of the photos that I clicked during my trek. So, okay, we start from here. It feels good to be lost in the right direction. So if you're passionate about something, use it as a way to serve people and make their lives more fulfilling. Earn from it. There are a lot of people who would love to do so many things, but are not able to decide, not able to take it on as your profession. So this is something that I've learned over the years, and I think it's always nice. Maybe it may not be possible sometimes, but it's always nice to start something, to work on something that makes you happy, that you're passionate about, and take it forward as your profession. So steps to turn your passion into profession. Youngsters today, they they know what they really want. So I think a lot of people would relate to that, and they would know what they really want in life, what makes them really happy. And there are many people who would like to take their passion into, as their profession. So discover your interests in things that make you happy. Enhance your activity by research, by practice. 3, know the current demand and competition for your interests. So you have to know the market before you start your business. You have to know what is the demand for it. Create a solid plan on how to introduce your products or services. Of course, you have to have a business model, how to take on as a business from it. Be open to suggestions and learn from mistakes. Some of the most important skills and traits that are helpful for entrepreneurs include critical thinking, creativity, your ideas, creative ideas you can always put into it. Risk taking, yes, there's a lot of risk in it. Problem solving, networking. Networking is very important. That's how you bring business. Leadership, and communication skill. Communication skill, I think, should be in the beginning, because that's the most important aspect of taking your business forward. Adventure travel. Helen Keller once said, life is either a daring adventure or nothing at all. So why adventure? For me, adventure is an opportunity to grow and learn. It not only expands your mind, but it also an opportunity to build your confidence. It builds up your confidence and your bravery. Adventure is tolerance for adversity. Our willingness to, laugh and see humor, and be graceful in intolerable situation. Adventure is about seeing the world from a different perspective. Adventure is a quest, a journey, an exploration that challenges us into new boundaries. Miles and Smiles, what we offer is trekking. We offer customized tours, camping, and river rafting. So trekking in areas of Sikkim, North Bengal, which is Singalila, Uttarakhand, Himachal Pradesh, and the Northeast, Nagaland. Customized tours we cover in Sikkim, North Bengal, and Northeast of India. Then we have river rafting. on the Tista, Rangeet, and Rishikesh, Uttarakhand, and camping during treks and river rafting. Like for me, it was too late for me to start, enroll myself in a training in a mountaineering institute. But there are many youngsters who can always opt for it. So we have, there are 4 major mountaineering institutes in India. One is Himalayan Mountaineering Institute, Darjeeling, which we all know about in West Bengal. And there are 4 types of mountaineering courses in HMI, Himalayan Mountaineering Institute, Darjeeling. One is basic mountaineering course, one is advanced mountaineering course, one is search and rescue, and method of instruction. So basic mountaineering course and advanced mountaineering course are the ones that are applicable for starting up your business or for the outdoors. So basic mountaineering course would have rock, snow, and ice climbing. The duration of the course is 28 days. These courses are conducted during March, April, May, September, October, November every year. And advanced mountaineering course, the duration of the course is 28 days. The course provides advanced training and experience of climbing a mountain in an expedition planned by trainees under the supervision of instructors. These courses are conducted during March, May, and September every year. At the end of my presentation.
Thank you, Neilu, for that. PBK placement, because the hand is raised. Do you have a question?
Yeah, I do have. Hi, good afternoon. Actually, मेरो चाहिँ हामी दार्जिलिङमा है एउटा इन्स्टिट्युट चलाउँदैछौँ, दार्जिलिङ इन्स्टिट्युट अफ होटल एडमिनिस्ट्रेसन, दार्जिलिङ इन्स्टिट्युट अफ स्किल्स एन्ड होटल एडमिनिस्ट्रेसन भनेर, र हामी चाहिँ अहिले यहाँ दार्जिलिङमा चाहिँ बिभक कोर्सेस भन्छ, ब्याचलर अफ भोकेसन्स है, होटल म्यानेजमेन्टमा गराउँदैछौँ। र हाम्रोमा चाहिँ अहिले कोर्सेसहरू बिभक इन एडभेन्चर टुरिज्महरू पनि छ। सो मैले सोच्दै थिएँ, तपाईँले अघि कुरा गर्नुहुँदै थियो है, अब कतिवटा त्यो स्किलहरू गर्नु पर्यो होइन, सफ्ट स्किल्सहरू पनि कतिवटा जान्नु पर्यो, कम्युनिकेसन्सहरू, त्यो त अब नानीहरूलाई त प्रोफेसनली नै दिनु पर्यो। सो प्रोफेसनल एउटा कोर्स चाहिँ हामीले डिजाइन गरेर से मेबी अ ग्रेजुएट या हायर सेकेन्डरीको स्टुडेन्ट्सहरूलाई हामीले एउटा मेबी 1 इयर या 2 इयर्सको कतिवटा डिप्लोमाहरू बढाएर उनीहरूलाई ट्रेनिङ गराएपछि वाट इज द स्कोप अफ गेटिङ जब्स है, अन्त त्यो चाहिँ अलिकति हामीलाई थियो। अनि इफ देयर इज वाट काइन्ड अफ प्रोफाइल डु यु लुक इन्टु इट, +2 or graduates, if you want to hire, say supposing Miles wants to hire some people, right, as tour guide or something like that. So what kind of profile do you look into it, +2 or a graduate? So accordingly, if you could design the course, no?
I have also mentioned in my introduction that I run a freelance tour company. I hire guides and I hire for my tours. I hire guides, I hire transportation for my tours. Main thing is to know your computer, your Excel and your Microsoft Office well. Okay, that really helps in your office work. But other than that, you have to be outdoorsy. You have to be willing to travel. You have to be willing.
Yeah.
You have to have a skill wherein you can, have a good communication skill with the guest. I mean, all these things are an essential feature when it comes to travel. So I guess people who have these skills can always opt for travel and tourism, because you have to be communicative with people. You have to be communicative with your guests and your clients. So communication skill is most important. Other than your office work requires your regular Microsoft.
I think Namit Rai has also. Namit Rai ले हात उठाउनु भएको छ, तपाईको के क्वेशन्स छ भने सोध्नुहोस्।
Good afternoon, ma'am. It's me, Namit Rai from. म चाहिँ दार्जिलिङ गभर्मेन्ट कलेजबाट बोलेको कि if we have a good quality of communications and all these skills, whatever the ma'am told, हैन, अन्त त्यस्तो स्किल छ अरे तर क्वालिफिकेसन छैन भने त्यस्तोहरूले पनि जबमा कसरी अप्लाई गर्न सकिन्छ भनेर नि।
र तपाईको क्वेशन आन्सर गर्नको लागि तपाईँ यो फिल्डमा पर्टिकुलर छ भने एउटा कि त एचएमआई कुनै एडभान्स कोर्स बेसिक कोर्स गर्नुभयो भने त्यसले तपाईँलाई निकै सपोर्ट गर्छ है यो टुरिज्म लाइनमा पस्नुको लागि या अब जुन चाहिँ यो दिशाले पनि निकाल्दैछ एउटा डिप्लोमा डिग्री कोर्स त्यस्तो गर्नुभयो भने पनि धेरै हेल्प हुन्छ है र अर्को चाहिँ के भन्छु भने तपाईँले आफ्नो कम्प्युटर्स चाहिँ सिकिराख्नुहोस् है त्यो जहाँ पनि काम लाग्छ कम्प्युटर भन्ने चिज है सो कम्प्युटर इज अल्सो इसेन्सियल यो तीनटा चिज तपाईँकोमा छ भने तपाईँले एउटा राम्रो सिभी बनाउनुहोस् र टुर अपरेटर्सहरू थुप्रो हुन्छ सो उनीहरूको वेबसाइटमा गएर तपाईँले अप्लाई गर्न सक्नुहुन्छ ओभर टु यु
Thank you, sir.
Yes, absolutely.
जस्ट वान क्वेसन फ्रम मी तपाईँलाई है सो कोही पनि एउटा एन्टरप्रेन्योर बन्नु चाहन्छ जो है त्यसको लागि एउटा सजेसन या एउटा चिज तपाईँले भन्नुपर्ने भयो भने चाहिँ के चाहिँ गर्नुपर्ने हो त्यो वान इम्पोर्टेन्ट थिङ त्यो भनिदिनुहोस् न
Entrepreneur हुनुको लागि चाहिँ अब त्यही हो अब you have to you have to be focused in whatever you're doing हैन फोकस गरेर चाहिँ तपाईं मेन थिङ इज you have to do a research तपाईको आफ्नो मार्केट जस्तो मैले अघि भने हैन मार्केट एउटा आफ्नो मतलब for me how I started was I started by making lots of itineraries in the first place, right? That's how I started, and I made lots and lots of itineraries. I had connections from my past, with professional travel operators, and those were my contacts. मेरो त्यो contacts, मान्छेहरुको अब कति जनाको हुँदैन होला contacts, So you can always, and we have Google, and it's always easy to find out who are the best operators, who are the travel agents, local travel agents लाई भेट्नु जरुरी छ अनि म चाहिँ अब यो ट्राभल एजेन्टको फिल्डमा भन्दैछु है यो है अदर ट्राभल एजेन्ट्सहरूलाई भेट्नु जरुरी छ एन्ड you have to have good contacts with your transporters, your guides. You have to do a recce, proper research on what you're planning on doing, so I guess that's where you start from, and the rest your अब यो के भन्छ कसरी अब त्यसलाई कस्टिङहरु अब आफै गर्नु पर्यो तपाईले त्यसो गरेर चाहिँ you can always start off your business. There's so many various ways of doing it, but these are some for my how I started basically.
आजको यो प्रोग्राम यतानिर हामी एन्ड गरौँ होला र थ्यांक यू नीलु so much for coming on board Darjeeling Dialogue and taking time off from your schedule.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you everyone. Thank you.